So here we are, the end of the journey, or maybe just the beginning of the one that actually matters. Remember when you felt drowned in everyone else's noise, when carving out your own perspective felt like chiseling granite with a plastic spoon? Today, we don't just survive that pressure, we celebrate what it took to break free. Think back. When was the last time you actually said what you meant, not what was safe? Let's honor that courage, the kind that doesn't announce itself, just shows up. I spent years in that same trap, seeking validation like it was oxygen, believing that blending in was the price of belonging. Spoiler, it wasn't belonging. It was erasure with better marketing. Every nod of agreement I faked, every opinion I swallowed, it didn't make me more connected. It made me a ghost at my own table. The pressure to silence yourself doesn't come with a villain's laugh. It comes with polite smiles and, let's not make waves. Have you felt that? The suffocation that passes for civility? Then came the crash. I stood in front of people I respected and heard myself parroting someone else's thoughts, badly. The shame wasn't just embarrassment. It was the soul-deep recognition that I'd been a ventriloquist's dummy for my own fear. Exposed, ridiculous, and somehow free. Because in that mortifying moment, I realized, if I'm going to fail, I might as well fail as myself. That's when the real reflection started. Not the Instagram kind, the kind that makes you squirm. Have you had that moment where shame cracked you open just enough to let the truth in? Here's the shift that changed everything. It wasn't me. It was the system, the invisible curriculum that taught us to value consensus over conscience. Understanding that I wasn't defective, just conditioned, was like oxygen after years underwater. I started studying the lineage of free thinkers who came before, people who risked everything to say, actually, no. That history wasn't just inspiring, it was permission. Permission to trust my own mind, to question without apology, to build ideas from the ground up. Can you feel that? The relief of realizing your struggle is part of a much larger, much older story. Now, the framework, the three layers that hold it all together. Foundation. You anchor yourself in historical context, understanding the roots of independent thought. Regulation. You create conditions where your ideas can breathe. Solitude, inquiry, honest conversation. Integration. You live it, not as performance, but as identity. You speak your truth in the grocery line, at the family dinner, in the moments that used to terrify you. This isn't theory anymore. It's who you are. And the world? The world adjusts. Are you ready to stop rehearsing your life and start living it out loud? So here's the test. Will you speak or will you shrink? Every time you articulate what you truly think, you don't just change yourself, you give permission to everyone listening. Your voice becomes a permission slip for theirs. The doubt will come. The old habits will whisper. But resilience isn't the absence of fear, it's the decision to show up anyway. The question isn't whether you're ready, it's whether you're willing. Because the world doesn't need another echo, it needs your singular, irreplaceable voice. Will you give it? Or will you spend your remaining years wondering what would have happened if you had?